7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. We have liftoff.
Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Katrina, Ness, Vanessa Collins, and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings, Vanessa Collins, and Katrina Ness.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable's After Dark show. This evening, I'm joined by my two hosts, Vanessa Collins and Ted Ings, and then our guests tonight are three of our dear friends from Northwood University. We have Alexander Mazon, Colin Kubek, and our automotive department head, LG Bright. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. Vanessa, must be a special occasion to bring everybody together.
It is. We are super excited to announce that we are only 2 days out from departing to head over to Sri Lanka. And everybody here is going to Sri Lanka, LG included, and Katrina, Colin, Alexander, and I, we're competing in a automotive simulation competition called New Cars. So we are so excited.
Preston Hurdell in the chat tonight. Sean Kingry, welcome. Colin, it looks like we already sent you on an advanced trip out to Sri Lanka, and you're there to report into us on how the conditions are.
Had to scope things out, had to give you guys sound information back home.
That's very good, as only Northwood would expect, right? So,
right. Do my due diligence.
Colin, you look great. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been, and where's that background?
Been pretty terrific, honestly. I'm a guy that likes to keep busy. I'm always on top of the next thing, and things just keep coming, and I'm rolling with in a good way, of course. This picture right here, I went to and lived in Montana this past summer. Lived in Glacier National Park, and I took a great trip up north, and this is called Mount Assiniboine. They call it the Matterhorn of the Rockies, and I hiked 40 miles just to snap this flick. So I'm very proud of it. It's very beautiful.
Wow. Well, that is quite the story.
Well, thank you very much. It was a good time. Hi, Tony.
Tony,
nice to see you.
Tony Owens is coming up in May, I think, for graduation. I hear everybody. So
yes, so excited to see him.
Big Northwood fan. Alexander, how you been?
Oh, I've been good. Just like Colin, I'm a guy who likes to stay busy. I'm super pumped up for this trip. Just keeping myself busy with grad school and keeping involved with campus and planning our full tank camp actually with Vanessa Collins over here. So, always something to look forward to over here at Northwood.
We're coming up in June for full tank camp. Angela Gio, shout out to you, and Kenny Gio down in Florida. Thank you for being here tonight. Good friends of mine for a long time. So LG, how did all this come about? You guys are going on a long trip. We're going to get the literal lay of the land on this thing in just a few moments, but tell us, what's the backstory here?
Northwood University has had this simulation for over 20 years, and we have a number of other automotive marketing management type universities globally that participate and do this simulation that is really a cultural exchange. So not only are these students competing, and it's not country against country, but team against team. So they're intermixed and they have to get to know each other and their styles right away, and then make decisions in this gamification simulation of a automotive industry where they're producing vehicles, they're borrowing money, they're making money, they're marketing and hiring and getting a dealer network. And we're proud to be the sponsors of this particular global exchange amongst universities for over 21 years now. So last year we were in Montreux, Switzerland, and we'll see where it goes next year. But so thankful to our Sri Lankan host, as Northwood has a program center there at the university.
Yeah.
Alexander, did you go last year?
No, I did not. I did not. So when I got the opportunity to jump on it this year, I was more than ecstatic too. So,
Wow, this is some trip.
Yeah, it really is. And Sri Lanka is such a beautiful, beautiful country. We're mostly going to be in Colombo, which is a bigger city. I mean, we're staying in a very nice hotel, and that's where the college is as well. And then there's, the beautiful tropical rainforest. This looks like a picture that would be displayed on your TV as like a iconic stock image that you would never imagine going to seeing, but we really, really can't wait. So a lot to look forward to.
That is beautiful. Vanessa, how far away is this? Because I remember when you and Katrina told me about this, I had to sit down when you gave me the news.
Yeah, so including the time at the airport in Detroit before we board and the layovers, it's about 27 hours of travel. So nearing 30 hours. But we, I think it is so worth it for the destination that we are going to and the opportunity that we're getting to explore another country and gain more knowledge through experiential learning with this competition. So 27 hours of travel, and there's a 9-hour and 30-minute time difference with Sri Lanka being ahead. So I don't know that a lot of us have experienced that much of a time difference and the jet lag, but I think we're going to push through it, power through it, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. And then here is Sri Lanka on a map. You can see it's, right below India. It'll be around like 90 degrees the whole time while we're there. Some rain, but we're looking forward to the nice weather, and it's more consistent than it is up here in Michigan. So that's a plus.
Go back to that map for a second. So you are really right off the coast of India. So what are the temperatures? What's the climate like going to be there?
Yeah, it'll be a lot warmer. I'm not sure what it's like year round. I believe they're probably in their rainy season right now. So it'll be around 90 degrees at the highest point every day. And then just rainy throughout the day, but I don't think it rains all day. I think it's only, those couple hours. So it'll be good. It'll be nice and warm. So again, better than what we have in Michigan.
It feels like snow here today in New Jersey. Look at this. So look at this. Look how narrow this, and look at all the activity on the street. Wow.
Yeah. This is a picture of the streets of Colombo. So we're excited to just kind of walk them and hopefully stop by some shops and get some souvenirs to take home and try some amazing food.
Looks great. LG, have you been here before?
I have not. This is the first time for me. Several of the faculty and administration have been there because of the program center, and our Dean of International Operations has been there a couple of times, but this is a first for me. My long haul before this had been China, which I've been there several times for new cars and other automotive type events, but this will be the first time in Sri Lanka, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. And, one of the best parts about Northwood University is the experiential learning and the opportunities that we get to do these kind of simulations. This will be my third type of simulation. I know this will be Alex's as well. And then, in our other management classes, we do something similar. So Vanessa, tell us a little bit about, what this simulation will entail. Is it in the automotive industry? And if so, what part?
Yeah, so this can kind of be described as overall, an automotive simulation, and it's more so in the manufacturing environment. Like LG said, we're making, production decisions, but there's also, that retailer component where we're deciding where we want to put the dealer network. But overall, it's also comparable to our Globus class that we have here at Northwood, our final year before we graduate, which is, kind of where we run a simulation as well with the business, and we make all different types of business decisions and kind of compete against the other teams for what business rises through the ranks and is the most successful and profitable. But yeah, so for this specific simulation, like LG said, there's, sales decisions, marketing, HR, financial, are we going to borrow money, take out loans? There's also a stock component. And so it's great because we all go to Northwood University, which is a private business school. And so we have those business minds. And then also we are so passionate about this industry, the automotive industry, the car business. And so I think that we will be very valuable to our teams, and it's going to be, very beneficial to our knowledge, not just for automotive, but for business in general.
Yeah. And also, we're on these different teams with students from all across the world. We got put into group me's. I know Alex has been chatting with his group a lot. I'm not sure about Colin and Vanessa, but I have as well. And we're with kids from the Netherlands and Sri Lanka. I think Germany as well. Lots from everywhere, Yeah,
very diverse cultural backgrounds, and we're going to learn how to, work together as a team, being very different. And again, I think that on its own is going to provide so many benefits. And I want to toss this over to Colin and Alex. Colin, to start, what are you most excited for this trip and heading over to Sri Lanka in the competition?
There's too much to say in just this video alone. I did have a wonderful conversation with LG not too long ago because, we just like to kick it and talk game in his office sometimes. Yeah. And he likened this kind of simulation to like controlling a brand, right? And having that perspective of, like that macro sense of like, how do you want to run your business? How do you want to lead it? And I think it's really cool to be able to have that kind of mission with a bunch of people with different perspectives. Because, when you're surrounded by people that have similar mindsets or like see things the same way, it's really easy to get kind of like boxed in or tunnel vision on one sort of perspective. So I can't wait to see how other people work through problems and what their silver linings look like. And, and it's also one of my like personal missions, right? I know I was put on this earth by God to see beautiful things. And so this place looks extraordinary. I can't wait to expand my horizons. There's some hiking that I want to do. And then I get 3 of my best friends and one of my most amazing mentors along with me in a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful setting. So could not be happier.
Yeah, I mean, sort of build off Colin, basically what he said to the nines, but something that always excites me is something that Katrina said earlier, that this is going to be 3rd or 4th simulation type thing, and each one just gets better and better and better as it goes. As my education further and my program expands, it's sort of like the drive to just keep going. And something that we always say with the Ally Financial Simulation is like, you first get there, it drags along, and it's like, oh man, why am I here? By the end of it, you're like, I wish I had more time, right? So I know this is just going to be something like that, and sort of the competitiveness, and something that's beyond true for college students is the drive of competition, right? And so Katrina mentioned that we're put in these group chats and we're talking with our group members. And one of the first messages in this group chat is, we're winning the simulation. And this is people we've never met before. So just that the aspect of competition while learning and making those new connections internationally is something that I'm looking forward to most. So
LG, for these young people to have this experience so early in their adult life, okay, what an opportunity to do this at Northwood.
Yeah, it's one, Northwood students are different. I mean, they're built for this type of simulation, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for this opportunity. And one thing, and Alex just said it, is it's the automotive business is about the spirit of competition. You think about what they do in terms of product, and then what they do in terms of racing, whether it's NASCAR or F1 or and to hear the designers and the engineers and for us, the marketers, future marketers and managers of a global automotive industry, this is pretty special. And we've got a special group that, again, will be with, other students that are also built and think differently, and it'll be interesting. And Ted, one other thing is, we can't forget about the environment we're in. And again, we don't get political in class, but the tariffs and when you're coming from another country and depending on how your manufacturing base is and where your basis of sales, whether it be North America or the Asian market or European. And so it'll be interesting to hear some of the conversations in the spirit of friendship, in the spirit of competition, and see where that goes.
Well, that's real world. These things happen in real life, right?
Yes,
and now you've got another factor to work into your business plan, right? On the manufacturing and marketing and sales and where you're going to sell your products. Kenny Gio, I saw you in the chat just a moment ago. So Kenny worked with me many years ago in retail. So Kenny, John Fetty, who was the dealer's son where you and I worked, John went to school in Michigan at Northwood University. Okay. I believe LG had a different name. It was Northwood Institute.
The Institute. Yeah, it was Northwood Institute at that time.
So Kenny, John went to Northwood, okay, graduated there, and that's where he met Kristen, his wife, okay, who later became his wife, and now they are the dealer, okay, in Clifton, New Jersey at Fetty Ford, and they had twins, boys, and they sent them to Northwood as well. So Kenny, that's the little backstory on Northwood University. LG, everybody has a Northwood story.
Yeah. I have run across so many people. When I made the transition 14 years ago from General Motors to Northwood, I was pleasantly surprised by the number of people that not only went to Northwood, were associated in some form or fashion. And, it's pretty special. I mean, we've got not only a great group of alums, but a great group as demonstrated by who's on this particular show in UTED. I mean, that the students hear me say it all the time. I mean, it's not, from the outside. I mean, this is family. And the fact that we can, foster these type of relationships is really special. And for me to live it real time is, it's a great day every day coming to work. I'll tell you that.
LG, do you know Michelle McLean in the chat?
I do know Michelle. We've crossed paths a few times, and I'm a big fan of hers, and what she does out there, and even what she's got on her name tag right there. I just love that pandemic of positivity. I love it.
Yeah, she's a real marketing genius. And
yes,
Michelle, I think also Vanessa and Katrina are looking to get with you before they leave as well. Go over a couple of marketing ideas they've got. So I like all that. Colin, this is pretty amazing that you guys are going on this trip. I'm really proud of you guys.
I'm psyched. Thank you. And I was just thinking, Ted, it's like you knew I was thinking about you. I know that you have a background of travel, and you've spent a lot of time in Japan, and you've worked on some really interesting thought processes, and you've experienced so much. I'm just curious, as I'm going abroad for the very first time on this incredible trip, I'm just curious, do you have any things I should keep in mind as I'm meeting people and opening my mind to new ideas?
Honestly, that it's going to be that first day like jet lag. Okay, it's going to really hit you when you get there. So I wouldn't make any serious plans the first day, because you're going to have to overcome that. It's going to be wild going out there, right? With all the time zones. You have to, your body is just not used to that. But Colin, you're going to notice things immediately, right? About little things that you're going to see in stores or restaurants or shops that you don't see here. And you're going to see the difference in the way people live and their society and how they interact and eat and drink and all that. I mean, it's going to be an amazing cultural experience for you.
Yeah, breaking bread with people that are, on the other side of this world is going to be a story to tell forever, I'm sure. And man, I get to do it with a great group, and this is going to be a blast. I'm super excited, and I think we're going to have some wonderful stories to tell once we get back home. And man, I believe this experience is going to be quite the launch pad for some of us and some new ideas.
Definitely.
Colin, the first thing I noticed in Japan was that they sold beer in vending machines. Okay.
Wow. That is generational right there. Wow.
I took note of that. So,
okay. Also noted.
We have been hearing a lot of this down here. Drink only sealed bottled
you.
water. We've gotten a lot of tips like that. And then also no ice in our drinks, of course. And I think somebody even said to bring, some Pepto-Bismol just to have on hand. And those are all very good tips, because the last thing we want to do is get sick when we're on a once in a lifetime trip. So definitely.
I'm something else that me and LG had spoken about when we were talking about this trip. He said that this trip is going to be a lot about the simulation, but it's going to be more so about the relationships that we build. And that's a big part of this. And so I want to ask, the three of you is I'm also thinking about this. Where's some of the things that you're hoping to take away from the relationships that you build across the water?
Just friends around the world. I think that's awesome. I mean, I've done my internships in different states and, still talk to a lot of the people and a lot of the friends I met along the way. So I'm excited to do that, but, on a global level now. So that'll be awesome. And just learning about new cultures. I think in our management classes at Northwood, we learn about the importance of cultural and that intertwined with business and, different mannerisms and different ways to greet and, respect people. So I'm excited to kind of head into a new place and, be respectful, but also, embrace their culture and embrace ours as well. And it'll be
sort of to touch on Katrina's point is on that aspect of culture, right? And I'm a big proponent of that, but having so many cultures in one place that are all foreign to us, right? So not only bringing our culture, they're bringing their culture, and then we're sitting and we're guests of other people's cultures. Sort of see that dynamic, how it works, and how we can all make that factor work for everyone. I think that's the most exciting part of that, is sort of see all these cultures intertwined, and that's the beauty of the USA, and that's going to be the beauty of what we bring over there. So
yeah, because we are greenhorns. I mean, we're only 21, 22, 23 years old. We haven't seen too much. The world is so bright and there's so much to see. And this is going to be a lot at once. But, man, we're going to have a lot of fun. And, it'll be a blast.
Yeah, making those connections, that's what Northwood is all about. And so being able to meet students over there from all diverse cultural backgrounds and add them to our network is going to be so amazing. I know personally, I think that there's a lot of benefit to be found with working overseas for a period of your time. And that's something I definitely want to experience. And so, adding these awesome individuals from different countries to my network, I think will be amazing for all of us, and just really kind of sitting in their culture. And, we live in this bubble within the United States. We don't know what it's like to truly live in a different country and, experience those different ways of life and of thinking. And so being able to experience that, I think, will just add to our knowledge and add to, who we are as people.
LG, how many schools are participating?
There'll be six universities at this particular simulation.
That's awesome.
And the same number of students from those? I mean, the selection process?
Different number of students. There'll be about 50 students, maybe a few more, because the host usually has a few more students. Just like when we've hosted, instead of 4 students, I might have 16. So there'll be a few more, but it'll be somewhere between 50 and 55.
And have you hosted this at Northwood?
We have. In my time here, we've hosted twice.
That's awesome. And LG's, he plays a big role in running and, putting on this whole simulation and event. LG, talk to us a little bit about that and what that looks like from the higher level perspective.
Well, I get to be a moderator, facilitator, and I get to take from some of my media heroes like you, Ted, and many others. I think about Steve Harvey out there, hosting a game show. But my goal is to always make it fun, make it interesting. It's not about me; it's about the students, and as they play, but as they come together. I don't want anybody ever to feel less than because they're in last place. I mean, we here in America, we might throw a little shade their way. But in this particular instance, I always want people to really get a sense of that you're never really out of it. I mean, we look at the car companies in the real world that, there was a time when we thought, I'll just use a great example, Kia, and look at what the product they're putting out today. So it's the same with these. I just try to make sure that everybody's, included. And I know that the great students that are on this show today, I know they will do that, and that they'll make everybody, feel included and part of this. And that's what's going to make it great. So that's my goal, Katrina. If I can, be 75% of what you and Vanessa do, I'll be doing okay.
I love it. I love it. Now, Colin, what are you excited to bring home with you from Sri Lanka in terms of a physical item?
I've already been thinking about this. I've been thinking, because I'm a collector, right? I go and I find things that I'm like, okay, you can only get this here, so I want to bring it back with me. And so I'm already going to walk away with a fantastic haircut. I found the place where I'm getting it. I get a haircut everywhere I go. That's new. So I found my spot. This guy named Ite, he's they call him the Greek sculptor of Sri Lanka. I'm getting a good fade. So and then I have like clothing.
Take a picture of that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I will. I got you. And then I also, clothing is super big, and so there's a like certain like it's kind of like dress, but it's like robes. And there's certain things that you got to wear into the temples they have there. And I'm super excited to visit the temples. I'm very very historically inclined. So I want to wear like a proper set of robes into one of these temples. Nothing like ceremonial, but like something that's like, okay, this guy's appreciating our culture. So coming away with a set of robes and some great pictures, bare minimum, I'm happy.
I love it. I love it, Colin. What about you, Mazon? What are you looking forward to bringing home?
Well, if
Okay.
I'm being honest, I'm a tan. That's number one. I heard the UV is like 14, so I'm but no, I always like getting like little trinkets to remember places by. On my bed frame, I have like these little mementos so I can remember trips by. So that sort of just comes in the moment. I'll walk in a store and be like, oh, this is cool, and then pick it up. So really just memories, tan, pictures, right? So that's top 3 if I had to put that there.
I love
Absolutely. I know Katrina and I, we went shopping, and we were like, should we get some, pieces that would look really good, with their culture? And we're like, no, let's wait till we get there. We want to explore their rings, explore different fashion pieces to bring home, because how much cooler is it to say, I got this piece from Sri Lanka when I was there, my senior year of college. It's incredible. So we're so excited. I know we're all excited to bring souvenirs home for ourselves and loved ones as well.
Yeah. LG, what about you? Do you have anything that you're looking to bring home?
I want to make sure that you guys all look out for a green heart for Michelle, and that we get her that green heart. So,
Okay.
We'll do.
We need to do that.
We have a special person here at Northwood we're supposed to find a nice gift for. Maybe not name drop them, but I remember you mentioning that in our meeting.
Well, we can name drop her, Jen Patton. Yeah, make sure we get, and maybe it's a green heart, but let's make sure that Jen was in the digital marketing class tonight doing heavy lifting, gave me a chance to be at an etiquette dinner. So we certainly appreciate our relationships, and she's certainly a big part of the family.
LG, we are surrounded by the future of automotive right here in this panel tonight.
Yes, we are. Yeah. And they look good too. I mean, I'm looking at them here around you, Ted, and they look good. They're gonna be wonderful ambassadors, and to everybody that's on this episode tonight, you're gonna hear some great stories as they bring them back to the show.
Yep, they're great ambassadors when we do things here locally in the States. I can't imagine how great they'll be. All 4 of them, okay, when they got to Sri Lanka with you representing Northwood. So congratulations to all of you, and to Northwood, right, for the great representation here.
Thank you, Ted. We're so excited.
We're very honored. Thank you.
And thank you, Ted, for all that you do, and the great exposure that we get in all these experiential activities that we get at this outlet. So thank you to everybody that follows Ted also.
LG, I got to tell you, in closing, we went out to Sacramento a couple weeks ago, and all the folks who were there at that event, they couldn't wait to meet Vanessa and Katrina. They were the stars of the show, and everybody wanted their interview with them. Okay, so it was really and very poised, very comfortable, and they're moderating the panels now. LG and they had many high profile panels, so they did a great job, and plus the little mini mic interviews they did in between as well. So
I've seen those out on social, and I try to repost them, and we get great commentary on it. So again, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for what they do.
All right, safe travels, guys, and we look forward to hearing more when you get back. And from the trip, be safe. And in the meantime, we'll be here, and we'll see you when you get back later in April. So congratulations to the Northwood University team. So
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colin.